Christian Ray, who I'd met because I've been old time friends with John Ray, but I didn't, get the Odom connection. That her mother was an Odom, and that
Her
was
mother was Linda.
Yeah.
She's Linda Alford now. She was Jimmy Lee and Mike's daughter. Shelley's the other one.
Okay.
So Shelley would be Kirsten's aunt, Aunt Shelley.
Okay.
So,
Well,
so
yeah, it's just kind of interesting because now she's in here and she's kind of in that transition thing as far as the Johnny Morse course up there, and there's going to be some things that people are trying to attract the younger golfers, and I'm
Right.
sure that that's a part of the golf is it may not be a whole play a whole round, but you may go to special activities or events, and I think they're trying to do that up there. So
I'm not gonna mention what the green fees are on that golf course.
I've looked them up. It's crazy.
That's the Tiger Woods design
Yeah,
course at Paynes Valley.
yeah.
Tribute.
It would be a PAIN to pay it.
It would. That's a tribute to Payne Stewart. Payne boarded an airplane and that was it.
My funny Payne Stewart story is kind of, and I got a picture up there with him that he signed. Was the only time I really had any conversation with him was in Buenos Aires. I went out to the Masters, and I did several trips to down in.
Well, probably over 30 trips to Buenos Aires, Argentina,
Out there playing with
and that's what I was talking about, the Masters in
and they were just
Argentina.
they got money, showing up to
Sure.
they weren't trying to
Oh,
win.
yeah.
So when I talked to them, and they were sitting there, and they found they found somebody speaking English versus the Spanish, and so the fact that I lived in Harrison, which is real close to Springfield, his questions were more directed to me than him, and you just kind of grow, when you're talking to somebody like that, it's just a fun meeting, and it was such a tragedy because he was able to do things, and you just automatically like the guy.
Oh, I never had the privilege of meeting him, but he has had such a wonderful reputation as being just a gentleman off the course.
Yeah.
But a competitor on the course. And nobody else has ever worn, since Ben Hogan has ever worn +4s.
Yeah.
We called them knickers.
Well, now let's see that gentleman on the course, off the course, a competitor. Would that apply to you as far as being a competitor?
I hope so.
When you were out there in the news business, is it, how did you go about keeping I guess if you had any interviews or talking to anybody from the other competitors, or was that part of the?
Oh gosh, they were all friends. I never got real close to Bud Campbell, but Paul Eels was a great friend, as well as a competitor.
Now, does that happen when you left after being there, whatever, 3.5 years? Was he the one that came in after
No,
you? What made that change? I can.
there was another, Big Sam Smith
Oh, yeah.
succeeded me, and Sam was there maybe 2 football seasons, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was.
And he
short
left when they I think it was the Phoenix Suns.
Oh yeah.
He
I
went to
remember
be
that.
their play-by-play guy. And I've seen Sam a couple of times with ESPN when they'd come in to do Trojan games when I was working public address there. I got to see Sam 2 or 3 times. They'd send him in. It's been some time. But then after Sam left, then Paul came in. And of course, Paul endeared himself to the state of Arkansas. They had to have his funeral in Robinson Auditorium. There wasn't a church big enough
Oh, I know.
to hold it.
Yeah, that's something else. Well, as I said, I was going to try to keep this under an hour and keep everybody happy. And the one thing that's been really a pleasure is, again, this is the first time we've ever sat down and talked.
Now we're neighbors.
Yeah, we're neighbors, and I found pretty quickly that the Ron wasn't going to work with you because that's such a Burgundy. I just
Hand me your stash over there.
stash. Okay, you're going to put that on?
I want to see what I'd look like with a black stash.
I've got a bunch of them here. This one here, and I don't know.
It's all stuck to the paper.
Yeah, I know. It's just stuck there. Yeah, put that on there.
Just as an experiment, let's see.
Yeah, well, we can fix you that. Hey,
And we will take over the world.
all All right.
The field is ours.
Unless you got anything else, I'm signing off here.
Been a pleasure.
Hey.
Thanks,
great.
Herb.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me in. It's fun.
It is fun.
My first podcast.
Okay. But you're good at it.
I'm just me.
That's it. That's all you have to be. All right. I'm glad Lydia was there. Well, my final thoughts are that Dave Woodman's a real person. He stands by his beliefs, and I think he's probably the last person that we have that kind of like how Holbrook was as far as his voice and authenticity. And I thought, at 89, there's not going to be many more opportunities for people, and you can see that he was outstanding through this podcast. And I think it'd be a great opportunity for someone, it sounds like in the Branson market. Of course, he's been up in Branson, and, that's kind of a new market, but people in North Arkansas know him. And then from there, I think it's a great opportunity for people like Johnny Morris to bridge the gap from the young people to the old people, or, the baby boomers coming down to more of the young people with somebody of his personality being involved, because I think you see as the humor, but he also has the authenticity, and I just thinks he could present a story. He's a great storyteller, and I think that would be the best thing that might be, in the works for both. Again, that's the first time I've ever talked with Dave, so it's just an impression. I'm a facilitator of old, but I just see opportunities and try to think, well, there's people like Debbie Bennett, who I met when my wife was working at the gift shop, and she had she's now the president of hospitality at Bass Pro. And then there's Kirk Almquist, kind of the director of that PGA Champions Tour where I was a marshal. So those are people that probably can facilitate on their end, but I think it's a great opportunity.